So that's submitting a very basic job using Condor. But you'll notice that our job didn't do a lot of things. For example, our job didn't use any input files, it just used an executable, and it didn't create any output files. And doing these things is slightly more complicated, especially if the size of these files becomes large. And so let's go up one directory back to our home directories. And let me get rid of all of this stuff. Alright, I'm back to just these two directories, public and stash. Now we'll go ahead and walk through one of the built-in tutorials. And for now, I'll ask you just to load the Connect client tutorial, which I don't think is entirely.
So if we leave the hello script, or can't do those.
This is your home directory,
Right.
which I think has some sort of persistent storage.
Oh.
But the stash directories don't. And in general, just like with the Palmetto, you don't want to actually launch large jobs from the home directory. The performance of these directories is kind of slow. You do want to do that through the stash directory, and we'll talk about those in just a bit. So anyway, I mentioned that the Palmetto has a way to integrate with the OSG, and it does that via this thing called the Connect client. And so what I would really have liked for us to do today would be to run this tutorial from the Palmetto, but I think we're still unable to do that, unfortunately. But I will provide you with some slides that will walk you through how to do this through the Palmetto, and I think you should have absolutely no trouble with following along. But anyway, let's go ahead and look at this tutorial here. So cd into tutorial connect client, and then there are two directories here. Sorry. 01 simple job and 02 job with large data. And the only difference between these jobs is the way we'll handle the data and how we'll get them on to the OSG servers. Let's go ahead and look at 01 simple job. This job uses a program called Blast, which hopefully one of you might be familiar with. Can you see a little?
It's so it checks the database for your sequence. Like in this case, your Blast protein sequence, acids, and you're looking for already known proteins.
Right. So you have, I guess what you have is some kind of sequence, which should be one of these files
The
here.
yeast AA.
So the yeast.aa is, let's look at yeast.aa. It's basically a bunch of sequences like this. And then you have some queries, which,
Those ones who don't know.
let's have a look at one of these queries. Okay, and how do those two fit together? You look within yeast.aa for these sequences. And
yeast.aa is the file, and then those PHR, they're like the database files. So those are like the PSI, all of those are sort of parsed out files.
right. And so in general, you're just searching for some queries in some kind of database, and Blast lets you do that efficiently. And generally, these queries are all independent of each other, right? So you can run all of these queries 0 through 9 independently, and each of them can take quite a while. So you do want to run each of them independently, and the OSG is good for doing that. So one of these files is actually the executable, and that one is the Blast P that you see here. And so you see that here we've actually put the executable in along with our job, right? We're not, I guess we're not loading the module or anything like that, or maybe we are, I don't know, we'll see. But this is the submit script, the Condor submit script, and here are the input files, so to speak, or the different queries that we want to run. And all of these are really the input data that we need. And so these are additional input files that we need. And I guess the queries really are arguments. But anyway, let's have a look at blast.submit and see how this job is actually run. Because you've written your own submit script, a lot of this might already make sense to you. You begin with universe equals vanilla. Don't be afraid of the lines that start with a hash. They are simply comments. There's a line here that lists some requirements that you want from the resources that you ask. Like Martin mentioned, some of the servers actually run Windows. So you might want to specify that you want a specific kind of operating system and architecture. And there are many of these that you can specify, and I'm sure that you can find the OSG documentation or the Condor documentation for how to specify all of these things. You can also ask for a specific amount of CPUs in memory. As far as I know, it's best to ask for a single CPU core. There is limited support for multi-core as well. And the amount of memory that you can request, I think currently is capped at 4 gigabytes of RAM. And so that's not very much memory. But again, you'll have to consult the OSG policies to figure out exactly how much you can ask. There is, I know, support for large memory jobs as well. And again, that's on the website. And so here we want to run the BLAST-P program, and so that will be our executable. And the BLAST-P program takes a bunch of arguments, and so here the database argument lists yeast.aa, and the second argument that it takes is the query that you want to submit. And so here we have many queries. We have query 1, query 2, query 3, query 4, all the way up to query 9. And so we can, for each of our jobs, we can submit that as an argument just by typing in query $process. So you see that if you launch 10 jobs, the first of these will be written as query 0, the second will be query 1, and so on and so forth. So if you had 100 queries, really all you need to do is just have a file for each one of those queries, a name query followed by the ID for that query.
So is there a way how they start at a different number?
I'm sure you can do some math with the shell, but I don't see what the point of that would be. I think renaming your files to match the 0 to whatever.
I'm thinking if you train 500 and then I guess you transfer, I don't know, like I'm thinking for my files, I don't want 1 to 500 like 3 times.
Sure, I see what you're saying, and I think I'm sure you can run some math here. The shell actually has capabilities for doing math, which I'm not really very sure of. Like for example, I can do $sign with 2 brackets 5 minus 3, and I think that will actually do the math.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think you can use something like that. But
Augment the process. Like
Yeah.
500.
yeah. All right. But then the new thing that you'll see here is this option transfer _ input _ files. If you don't have this line here, only your executable will get sent. So only BLAST-P will get sent to the compute nodes, and the compute nodes will never know about any of these files here. And so here's one way to stage your files for input, is just to have this option transfer input files as part of your submit script. Let me just pause here and talk about what the OSG recommends.